watching Twin Tiers Evening News with Jeff Androlonis and Alexa Olson. Now, from the Twin Tiers' biggest broadcast news operation, WVTT proudly presents Twin Tiers Evening News.
Good evening, I'm Alexa Olson.
And I'm Jeff Androlonis. Good evening. The big story tonight on Twin Tiers Evening News. A new Roman pontiff, the 266th Pope, elected just hours ago. Breaking news tonight here on WVTT. Cardinals elected Jorge Mario Bergoglio from Buenos Aires, Argentina, but he immigrated from Italy in his youth. With more on the story, let's go live to the WVTT digital newsroom where WVTT's Valerie Tysaner has been following the goings-on in Rome. Valerie, what's the latest?
Yeah, hi Jeff, and happy Wednesday to you. Cardinals, as you said, elected the new Pope Jorge Bergoglio to be the 166th pontiff. He is 76 years old. He'll be going by Pope Francis I, and he is the first pope to be selected from the Americas. The Cardinals made their decision at 7:06 Roman time after the conclave voted 5 times to name a replacement for Pope Benedict XVI. The 115 voting Cardinals spent 2 days in secretive conclave to elect that new pope, but it wasn't just crowds outside the Sistine Chapel who eagerly were waiting for a decision. In fact, Pope Emeritus, formerly known as Pope Benedict XVI, was watching the proceedings on TV.
While we were in the Sistine Chapel yesterday for the opening ceremony, we had the privilege of being with Archbishop Ganswein, the personal secretary of the Holy Father, and also the prefect of the papal household. He told us the Pope was doing well, and he was watching attentively the Mass yesterday morning. He was tuned in to watch the ceremony yesterday afternoon.
Pope isn't going to have an easy job ahead because many Catholics say they need a leader who will meet them where they're at, especially with the demands for change after years of scandal in the church. I talked to Father David, who says that it's not always so easy to change.
The church tends to listen to the Pope, but maybe not always take what the Pope says seriously. And so maybe we have to look at that. Why is it that we are not taking the Pope seriously? You know, many want changes within the church, on the church teachings. And, people have to realize that the church is not a democracy. Like our country's based on democracy, we vote in people. The church is not a democracy. You cannot change church teachings when it comes to faith and morals.
And Catholics are hoping that Pope Francis will be able to overcome crises caused by priestly child abuse and leaked secret papal documents that uncovered corruption and rivalry inside the church government. Some are speculating that these problems did contribute to Pope Emeritus' decision to resign as a pontiff, the first in nearly 600 years to do so. In the WVTT digital newsroom, I'm Valerie Tysaner. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Valerie. And for more on the transition from Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI to Pope Francis, visit our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/WVTT News, or go to our website. That's WVTTnews.com. Well, when we think of illegal border crossings, oftentimes we're thinking of Mexicans crossing the border into Texas or California. Not so often crossings illegally of the Canadian border into the U.S., but according to officials at the border in Canada, agents busted 3 suspects trying to sneak into the U.S. in the past few days, and they've been seeing a spike in people trying to head for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Railroad crossing bridges near Niagara Falls and Buffalo have been the method of choice for border crashing. Officials caught suspects using surveillance cameras. Now, officials tell WVTT they busted a native of Kosovo with a Canadian warrant out for his arrest as he tried to cross the Whirlpool Bridge, and a Guatemalan man and woman at the International Railroad Bridge in Buffalo.
Well, Jeff, out of 62 New York counties ranked by health outcomes to see which counties are the healthiest, Cattaraugus County ranks at 50, according to countyhealthrankings.org. Those rankings based on mortality and morbidity rates. Now, mortality rates are based on how long people live. Morbidity rates based on how people feel. The healthiest county in New York is Putnam County. Second to that is nearby Tompkins County.
News tonight coming out of McKean County. We told you last month about an incident at the Smethport High School where a man walked into the school and assaulted a student. Now another person is charged with conspiracy in that incident. She's 35-year-old Cheryl Hamilton, facing conspiracy and assault charges after police arrested and arraigned her. She is currently free on $10,000 bail. 20-year-old Vincent Gagliardi was charged with assault and disorderly conduct after punching that student in the head and sending him to the hospital. He's free on $30,000 bail. Felony charges against Gagliardi have been dropped. He's now facing only misdemeanor charges.
Well, safe and secure, that's what they're hoping for at the Allegheny Limestone School District. Superintendent Karen Gielan commented on several propositions made at the school board meeting, and safety are top priorities. Security cameras will be added to the schools and buses, and the school will be set up with a key card system to control entry at the doors.
A Jamestown woman bites off more than she can chew. Jamestown police say a young woman bit an officer who was trying to book her. 20-year-old Mallory White was arrested around 7:30 Monday night for allegedly causing $250 in damage to a garage door. After police arrested her, she allegedly smashed the rear door of the patrol car, causing about $700 in damage. She's been charged with second-degree assault.
Well, switching topics here for a bit, maple syrup is a big, sweet, sticky deal in the Twin Tiers. The week after St. Patrick's Day is now officially Maple Producers Week in Pennsylvania. The state ranks 5th nationally in maple syrup production. Nearly 100,000 gallons of syrup are produced annually to a profit of more than $5 million in 2011. The Powder Tioga Maple Syrup Producers Association will hold a maple event March 23rd and March 24th.
Always up for sticky, sweet fun. Meanwhile, in McKean County, an agreement between McKean County 911 workers and county commissioners struck yesterday as commissioners voted to accept an agreement giving union members a 2% raise each year for the next 2 years and a 2.25% raise in 2015. Employees at the 911 Center have been working without a permanent contract since the end of 2012. Now 75 other county employees are still working without a contract. They're still in negotiations. They share a union with the 911 workers, but Children and Youth Services, clerical staff, and McKean County maintenance workers have a separate contract.
Also at the commissioners' meeting, 21 properties will go back on the tax rolls as 17 new owners made offers on properties in the county repository. One of those properties on the list will wait for any action. The site of the former Grand Theater in Port Allegheny will wait until April, as the McKean County Redevelopment Authority has expressed interest and made an offer of $5,000 for that property.
A dialysis provider in Bradford is facing possible shutdown, possibly permanently, after a state inspection. According to reports, a patient at the DaVita Bradford dialysis stopped breathing after an employee at the facility administered an antibiotic to which the patient was allergic. That mistake may cost the company their Medicaid contract.
And it seems everybody in the Twin Tiers is talking about the Buffalo Bills. You can go to our website. People are definitely joining the conversation there. The Buffalo Bills making changes again. According to the Bills organization, Ryan Fitzpatrick released after he turned down a deal looking at reconstructing his contract. If the team had not released him, Fitzpatrick would have been getting a $3 million bonus check today for holding a roster spot on the team. Despite 4 years with the Bills, critics say he was inconsistent and had problems with turnovers. In other Bills news, Ladonis McCalvin made his new deal official yesterday, re-signing with the Bills. The former first-round pick agreed to terms Saturday before coming to town to sign the contract. The deal is reportedly for 4 years and $20 million. That kind of money a team would pay for a starting cornerback, Jeff.
Alexa, more WVTT sports coming up later in Twin Tiers Evening News. And straight ahead, we'll have our first look at weather. Also, how did the Dow do? We'll tell you next on News Channel 25 WVTT.